Well, it's another one of these foggy, misty mornings. It's about 6:20 in the morning here on Friday. And I haven't done a puppy review in a while, or update. I'm going to do that right away, but I just want to show you what this morning looks like here. It's cold. We've had a lot of 30-degree days since May. And it's 8 degrees this morning. It feels like I haven't seen 8 degrees since January. But that cold air is hitting the warm ground and we're getting quite the fog. It's quite pretty actually. But let's go have a look at the puppies. So you'll notice the hot tub is gone. We got to find a better way to store all of our paper. But the hot tub used to be sitting right there. So we moved it out on the weekend and put it where it's supposed to be all along. Now we're not quite done setting up yet, but it's sitting here behind the deck or under the deck where it belongs. Finally. We'll go and say good morning to the dogs now. Millie, Cooper, Millie, 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 Millie. It's an awful lot of racket for this time of day. Hey, they're all out here. There's Cooper, there's Millie, there's Ginger and Sandy. Hey, buddy. Hey. Yeah. Come here, guys. Come here, guys. Come here, Ginger. Come on, Ginger. Oh, she's not ready to come in yet. Oh, and Sandy made an escape. Well, I mean, look at the puppies. That worked out well. So my wife never likes it when I come in here and make videos before she has a chance to put down fresh paper in the morning, but she went and picked up my son late last night, midnight, from Valley View Bible Camp, where he's been working this summer. And she's not getting up at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm sure they didn't get home till after 1. But here's Sandy's pups. So here we see a little brown collar. This is female. The brown collar, female. Here's little white collar, female. Yeah. And here we have a black collar, female. Yeah. And here we have a little yellow collar, female. Yeah. The rest are boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, here's one more. I was about to say orange collar when my camera card ran full, so here's orange collar. There's the orange collar. Here, we'll flip the camera around. Here's a cute little orange collar guy. Girl. Look at that face. Not that one. This one. There we go. This is orange collar, female. Mm-hmm. Sweet little things, eh? Yeah. Now we'll go look at Ginger's puppies. And Ginger's puppies, well, they're on solid food now. These guys, Sandy's puppies here, they're going to be starting on solid food today, I think. Ginger's puppies have been on it for a week. And look at the difference in the poop. this is what happens. Look at this. Basically zero poop and lots. This is what happens when you switch them to solid food. Okay, so who we got here? We got a red collar. See? There's a red collar. That's a little boy. I think that's Jake. Jake is going to Abbotsford. Then we've got a pink collar, female. Blue collar, female. Purple collar, female. So this little one here, this is blue collar. She's a little thing. And we got purple collar. Purple collar's a cutie. Look at that. Hey. They're so sweet. Different color of blue collar. That's a little boy. That is spoken for. What do we got here? That's pink collar. What a mess. What a mess. Like I say, my wife doesn't like it when I bring people in here or make videos before she's got a chance. Her and the kids have a chance to do the cleanup, and lately it's been mostly her because the kids have been away at camp. It's a mess. But what amazes me is how content and quiet these puppies are. These ones here, they make a little bit more noise. Well, I guess these guys did too when they found their voices. And they're getting in. These guys are, Sandy's puppies are starting to do more of the play fighting and getting more vocal. But Ginger's puppies, this is the first time I've let them out, let them crawl around. I like how they kind of crouch low to the floor and they wag their tails and they kind of quiver a little bit. This is all so new and exciting to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're all there. I used to be a correctional officer. I find myself counting heads a lot. It's just automatic. Constantly counting heads. Not a lot of dialogue this time. Just wanted to show you the puppies, and for those of you that have one picked, I hope you saw your color of color. And I've had some internet troubles here in my kennel. So normally we would do a series of video calls with each one of you while we're here in the kennel. You can see the puppies live and pick. And our internet is down, and I haven't yet got it fixed. I've ordered service. It's still a few days away. I'm going to see if I can find a shortcut so we can continue doing our video calls and picking puppies with everybody. Feel free to reach out, and we can do, there's other ways we can manage. But looking forward to hearing from you guys, seeing you guys, and have a great week. Take care. I just had to put in one more clip of this beautiful morning we've got here. It's just, let me turn the camera around. We've had so many hot days. I'm wearing a jacket today. I haven't put on a jacket in 3 months. And we haven't had rain in 100 days almost. It's not entirely true. We've had a few dribbles here and there, but it's been almost nothing. So all of this, I don't know where it finds the moisture to stay green. In our sandy soil, I don't know. The garden's doing well, but we water it every day. Now, there's a lot of foliage, and that's because we added a bunch of chicken manure a year ago that hadn't been composted yet. And it has, obviously, a lot of nitrogen in it, and nitrogen likes to make green leaves. It doesn't produce that much fruit or vegetables, but a lot of foliage. That was 2 seasons ago. This year's better. The manure has broken down, and a lot of the nitrogen has sort of leached down into a little deeper layer of soil, and we have a better garden this year. But our soil content Like there's nothing but pure sand here, nothing. So any black dirt, we brought it in from somewhere else, and this was supposed to be some nice, good topsoil. It turned out to have a much higher clay content than I expected, so it gets really hard when it's dry. So it's not the best soil. We've mixed a fair bit of manure and straw and sand into this clay soil, so it's better. But I think I'm going to bring in a couple truckloads of good topsoil this fall, or compost, and amend it. But again, like this is when we try to grow grass in our sand, like it is just crispy burnt. Where it's green, it's, you know, it's from the fringe of where the sprinkler reaches from the garden. Here it's just brown. See, this grass, this is natural prairie grass, you know, from 300 years ago, 500 years ago. It's never been disturbed, and these roots probably go down 10 feet. So they find moisture. They're probably in the water table. Same thing with these trees. Lush green leaves. But here, again, where I got that crummy soil full of clay, I spread it all over our lawn. Big mistake. We're going to have to start all over with the lawn, which sucks. Because without roots in the soil, the sand here blows on the windy days. It gets into everything. You see there's an open window on the house. That's dangerous around here, because if there's a breeze, there's going to be sand, fine dust coating everything. Again, here we get a little bit of green because we have a leak in our pool filter hose. Anyway, all of that is really boring. Just something for interest's sake. We call this the orchard. These are all fruit trees here. We covered it in mulch, and it's a thick layer of mulch. It's probably close to 10 inches thick. And when we dig down through all this dry stuff down to the bottom of the mulch, it's wet. We were watering these trees. This is all damp. Before we put the mulch down, we watered these trees every day for a minimum of probably 15 to 20 gallons per tree in the evening. And by the next day, they'd be dry again, and we were struggling. It's so dry here. Then we put the mulch down, and we haven't really watered them since. It's not true. I watered them twice. The mulch has been down for about 3 weeks. We've still had 30 degrees just about every day, and we still haven't had a drop of rain. Nothing. And look at these leaves. Since we put down this mulch, the soil has cooled down underneath. This thing was just a stick. The deer keep chewing it off. You see these ends broken off, snipped off by the deer. The deer have just decimated this tree. It was just a stick. And look how that's come back. That's a plum tree. This tree used to look just like this tree. I don't know why they decided to pick on this one, but they did. But you can see that apple tree. It's hard on camera. The deer snipped off lots of branches here too. But anyway, we got to put up some fence or something. Anyway, that mulch has made a huge difference. So we've put mulch down over all of our planting beds. Again, this was all dirt and just dry. Every tree that we've planted gets mulch, and we've been able to basically stop watering altogether wherever we put the mulch. And the trees have just begun to thrive. Like these two here, planted in the grass. So they're in the sand and the grass, sucking all the moisture away. They've just come to life. So there's other factors too, like some of the nutrients from the mulch slowly leach into the soil over time. These oak trees here, our oak trees are pretty precious to us because there aren't that many and they're not that big, because in sandy soil they grow very, very slow. And the base of these trees had massive anthills around them, so it was very hard to mow close to the trees. So we had grass and weeds growing up at the base of the tree, and mowing in between here. We can't mow here very often when it's dry. It's just hard on the grass. So we mulch these beds. It's probably very boring for many people to talk about mulch, but for those of you that are into landscaping and enjoy that, even on a small scale, if you look at our mulch, you'll see it's very coarse, really long strands. There's a few different ways to make mulch. Sometimes they use a chipper, sometimes they use a shredder. This stuff came through a shredder and it leaves much longer pieces. It's quite coarse. So I don't know, like these pieces are sometimes up to, well, shucks, that's got to be a foot long. And because we use so much of it and we're out in the country on a big acreage, I'm okay with big chunks. Makes great kindling too when you're starting a fire. But this is not the stuff you would see at a garden center. At a garden center, you'll see much finer stuff. Probably only no more than half an inch wide, no more than an inch long. Very fine because it goes through a chipper instead of a shredder. And it leaves a much finer finish on top. Here's the remainder of our one mulch pile. So you can see that there's some big pieces in here. Big pieces. Huge. And in fact, the story of the deal I got on this mulch is simply the supplier didn't know what to do with the mulch. When they shredded it, it didn't turn out how they wanted it. Much more coarse than they wanted, and they said, well, we can't sell this. Nobody's going to want it. So it just sat there on a big pile. 5 semi-loads. Not quite 5. And it just sat there, and I was hauling topsoil from them one day, and I asked them about the mulch pile, and they said, we're not selling it, it's no good. I said, well, that sounds like the price might be right. So anyway, I bought that whole pile, over 4 semi-loads for next to nothing, at a garden center at $55 per yard. Well, I hauled 100 yards, not quite 100 yards in here. Would have been worth about $5,000 if it had been the nice, fine mulch. Let's just say I got the entire pile for a really good steak dinner. So that's why I'm okay with coarse mulch, and it's working. It's working. So when we get the fresh topsoil down for the garden this fall and get the bed worked up the way we want it, we're going to cover our entire garden in mulch as well. And we're going to be doing a no-till gardening model where we just kind of part the mulch in lines and plant into the soil. Then when the plant comes up, we push the mulch tight to the base of the plant, and it works pretty fantastic for weed suppression as well. So weed suppression and moisture retention, that's the plan. So there's my mulch story. For those of you that were only here for the puppies, I hope you checked out about 10 minutes ago, give or take. Anyway, you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.